So I've already opened up 5 Dearborn, and I'm going to go ahead and enable the content. And we are going to be creating and customizing forms. And forms are used to enter records into a table. And many people prefer forms because you can see one record at a time. Okay, rather than going into a table where you see all of the rows of records in a form, it's just one at a time. So there's a lot of different techniques and methods to create forms. And one of the simpler techniques is simply to select whatever table you want to create a form for. Go into Create, and then use the Form Command button. So we are going to select the sales table, and we've gone into Create, and then we're just going to click on the Form button, and it will generate a form for us. Now, when you first come into a form, you are in something called Layout View, and this is a simple interface for editing your form. There is a much more complicated interface called Design View, but Layout View is more of a simple interface. And how can I tell that I'm in Layout View? If I click on the entry areas for my data, okay, so these would be my text controls, they display in orange. Okay, so that's one way that I can tell that I'm in Layout View. Also, if I click on the View button, you can see that Layout is selected. The two places where you can edit the way your form looks is Layout View and Design View. And as I said, Layout View is a little simpler interface, and it is much easier to use. Form View is used to actually enter data. So what they would like us to do is switch to Form View. And you can see that in Form View, we don't have those orange outlines. And then they want us to take a look in this particular view, because this is where you enter your records. At the bottom, we have some navigation buttons. And if you click on those, you can go from one record to the next, because this is the next button. To the left of the current record, you have the previous button. If you want to go to the very first record, you click on the first record navigation. If you want to go to the very last, you click on the last record navigation. And you also have the option of just entering the record that you want to go to. And I think they wanted us to go to 15. And you'll notice we talked about all of the buttons and navigating except for this one with the yellow star. This will take you to an empty record so that you can enter new data. So after kind of messing around with these buttons and seeing how to navigate in here, we are going to save this. So we're going to hit on Save. And we need to give our form a name. And sales is fine. It just took the name of the table, put it in there. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. And you will notice there is a form object section, and now we see sales. You don't really need to worry about printing. And what we're going to do is close out of sales. Just right-click the tab and close. And then they actually want us to delete rep benefits. And you can delete, rename, all sorts of things by just right-clicking on the name. And you'll see there's rename. We could cut, we could copy. What we're going to actually do is just delete this. Want to permanently delete, we are going to say yes.